Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to the APSWC YouTube channel. Today, we are honored to have with us Mr. Jean-Claude Dhuez, who is the president of the Cambodia Spa Wellness Association. As I trust you all know, the APSWC is coming to Cambodia at the end of April for our roundtable and the fourth APSWC Awards. But before we get there, I just wanted to touch base with Jean-Claude and learn a little bit more about the Cambodia Spa Wellness Association and where you're at and what you're doing. So, Jean-Claude?
Yes. Nice to meet you again on the room. That's nice. Yeah, so my name is Jean-Claude. By training, I'm a massage therapist and physiotherapist, and I've been in Cambodia since 91 for like 35 years already, and involved in the spa industry for more than 20 years, having my own spa and things like that. So, and as a technical advisor to the Ministry of Tourism in Cambodia, the minister was requesting me to set up a spa association because there is association for every industry in the tourism sector, like
Right.
hotel association, CAMDMC, restaurant association, chef association, travel agency association, but nothing about the spa. So it was no like kind of legal voice or unique voice to speak with the government about the spa industry. So that's why they did ask me to try to set up. It took a long time, and because set up an association is not an easy task. You need to find the right people to work with you, and especially to work on the voluntary base and to develop the industry to make it right. So we set up the board like just a few years ago, like maybe 4 years ago maximum, and we still have a very limited number of members, and altogether maybe like 10 members, and because it's also difficult to recruit the members, and
Is
so
your
that's
membership free or paid?
it's paid because the here in Cambodia we don't get any subsidy from the government to develop an association. So we don't have any financial help from the government for an association. So we need to finance the association. Our association it's under the Cambodian Tourism Federation, which I'm
Right.
also the vice president of the Cambodian Tourism Federation. So we have to pay a membership to the Cambodian Tourism Federation, and we use their office to register our association. And when we have meetings and things like that, so we have to pay part of the rent, and so it's we cannot make it free, and we wish we can, but that's not a problem. That's not possible at the moment. So, but the membership is really cheap. We charge only like $150 per year. So it's a very cheap membership for the board. But here in Cambodia, people still don't really understand the value of an association, the benefit of being part of an association. And so that's really difficult to recruit members because the question is, say, what the benefit for me to pay a membership and what will be my own personal benefit for my own spa. So
Yeah.
that's what we struggle a lot to get member and to develop the association. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with all associations, and like having been involved in with the APSWC for multiple years, and even with the Thai Spa Association, but networking with other associations across the region, it's what you just said there is very much a common statement of what's in it for me, and I've always said nothing. Right? There is no benefit to being a member of an association unless you're prepared to do something. Now, what
Exactly.
level of do something that is, that's up to you and your business, right? It might be just
Exactly.
reading the emails, replying to them, saying, thank you very much, I received it, all is good. But multiple way throughs to helping with financial support or volunteering to be on the board, right?
Exactly. That's the thing. I've been working in the association field since I'm 12 years old. So it's and like you say, it's always the same. What is the benefit to be part of the association? Well, benefit will be yours if you are active in the association to make things change, to make the image of the spa industry change, to make the industry professional, better quality, and
Yeah,
so that's really what we
being involved with your industry. So
exactly being involved in the industry and don't complain because the government doesn't listen to you if you're only like your own spa and if you want to negotiate something with the government, they're not going to listen to you because they are going to listen to one spa, etc. So they will listen to an association, but not to a unique spa. So that's something they don't really understand. So it's a big challenge, but as you say, it's the same challenge for every association. It's the same for the Cambodian Tourism Federation. It's when I
sure.
speak with the other president of the different association, we face exactly the same issue. But that's it. We have to do it because that's really, I think, necessary for the future of the industry, for the development of the industry. So we have to do it, and I'm very stubborn. So I will do it, and I will get more and more members. It will take time, but it will
Yeah.
work.
But as an association, I'm probably asking what appears to be a stupid question, but why did you set up the association, and what is it you're actually trying to do?
We try to, like I say, we try to be uh, one voice to represent the whole industry in Cambodia, to be able to discuss, to speak with the government. And because if we want to have things change, if I go to the government, I'm a technical advisor to the Ministry of Tourism, so they know me. And so if I speak about spa, and they will listen to me and things like that. But if I go under my own spa, I will defend my own spa. I will not defend the whole spa industry in Cambodia. Then if I use the name of the association, then I will represent the whole spa industry in Cambodia. So that's the big difference, and that's what I really try to set up this association to say, okay, when I go to the government, when I have a meeting with the Minister of Tourism, on my name title, it's President of the Spa Association. It's not
Right.
CEO of Samata, it's President of the Cambodian Spa and Wellness Association. So that's something different. People see me not as the CEO of a private company, but they see me as the president of an association. So that's what we think. I think it's very important. And
Right.
also because there is quite now a lot of changes in the government in terms of policy, and they want to develop the tourism in Cambodia, especially after the COVID, after the conflict at the Thai border, and now with the crisis in Middle East and things like that. So they want to really develop tourism in Cambodia, and they know that spa and wellness is something very trendy, it's something very important. So they want to make it more professional. So, and that's if we don't have the spa association, the government will do things by their own without any advice or guidance by the private sector. So if you let the government do something in any country, not only in Cambodia,
Yeah.
without
Yeah. Yeah.
asking about the private sector what should be done, then the result doesn't really fit the needs of the private sector. So that's really difficult. So that's why we really need to have this association set up and working and fully recognized by the government.
Yeah. And I mean, it's interesting because one of the challenges of working with government is that they tend to change, right? So it's an ongoing thing, but very much as you said, the industry needs to be involved with the government to give, the realities of guidance. And the real world experience of what's actually happening in the industry, and not where they just blatantly pass laws for whatever reason,
Mm.
right? Which really don't make sense and don't help the industry and the growth and development of the industry. So it's interesting to hear that you've got the your tourism people behind you to help move it forward. Because one of the things, like if you look in the, google.com, um, when you look up Cambodia, one of the things that's highlighted is that it's Asia's best kept secret. Now, I
Mm.
don't know if that's a recent tourism promotional campaign or whatever, but currently, is spa and wellness part of tourism promotions, or you're still in the early stages there?
We're still in the early stage of that because it's very recent that the government understand that wellness. So I put spa under wellness. Wellness, it's very important to the country, to the tourism industry. So they know that they will be able to attract wellness tourists here in Cambodia. So that's a big part of that. So they start to understand that, but they don't know how to do it. And now for sure, when the Cambodian Tourism Board start to promote Cambodia, it's more about the destination themselves and not so much about really the activity you can do. And spa and wellness will be part of the activity and the same as going to visit Angkor Wat, going to the beach and things like that. So it's not it's not yet in the fact, but it is in the policy of the government. And as you say, working with the government is not easy, but it's not easy in any country. It's not only in Cambodia, in Thailand. It's the same in Europe. And but we have a government which is now willing to work with the private sector, but doesn't really know how to do it because they don't know the private sector. The private sector, sometimes they are not confident with the government. And so we try to uh, blend both the private sector and the government. We have regular meeting with the government and they call it a government-private working group meeting. And there is one big group for the tourism. And then we have like a monthly meeting and like every 3 months, we have a meeting with the Minister of Tourism. So we explain all the issue we have for every association, and we try to find some solution how to fix the issue, both from the government, both from the private sector. So I think it's a very, very slow process, and because working with the government takes times,
Mm.
but we know that's when we just recently have a meeting with both Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training and Ministry of Tourism on to develop the national standard and the national curriculum. And we want to have the Cambodian Tourism Federation. It's been like every association under the federation to be involved in the development of the national standard and curriculum. And we are going to sign MOU with the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training. And we are discussing, negotiating to sign an MOU with the Ministry of Tourism for us to be in charge of developing the training. It's been that the government will develop the policy and how long it is going to take and the process and things like that. And then we offer them for the private sector to be in charge to really develop and work very closely with the government to implement and to develop a proper, a professional and very efficient vocational training in the spine, in not only in the spa industry but in the whole tourism industry. So so it's one step forward, and that's something I've been working for many years, mainly in the spa industry. And so now it comes to reality, and it's not yet finished. It's the first step, but we are very confident that we can make it working. But it's
And
also
you,
possible because from the private sector, not only from the Spa Association, but for the Hotel Association, Restaurant Association, we have people who are also from private sector volunteer and really dedicated to make it work. That's also make a big difference.
right. You said so this standard that you're working on is a Cambodian national standard.
Yes, I
Be-
did develop the ASEAN competency standard for spa professional and the ASEAN common curriculum for spa professional. We are still working, we're still waiting to get the ASEAN approbation to start to develop they call it the toolbox. It's mean like the syllabus, the content of the curriculum. But every country have their own national standard. Here
yeah,
in Cambodia, they will use the ASEAN standard as a base for their national standard. So
right.
the minimum that they will require for the national standard will be the ASEAN standard. So now the big work that we will have to do from the private sector, both for spa association, hotel, and things like that, is to take every ASEAN competency standard and see how we can adopt them to be used here in Cambodia, have it translated in Khmer, and develop all the training process and things like that. So we know it's going to take times,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean,
it's
given Cambodia is on behalf of all ASEAN member states was leading that competency standard on behalf of the spa industry, spa and wellness industry. Do you have any indication of timeline as to when ASEAN will actually officially ratify that, or is it still very much just a work in progress?
So ASEAN competency standard have been approved by ASEAN in 2020. Curriculum have been approved in 25, and now we are just waiting for ASEAN to give the green light for us to start to work on the syllabus, on the toolbox. Because normally Cambodia is leading the development of the ASEAN ASEAN
Yeah,
standard for the spa industry.
yeah,
So we are working on it. I'm still waiting for it to develop it. Developing this last part, which means like the content of the curriculum, the assessment process, and the training process, the training toolbox, and things like that. It's I estimate that to at least almost 2 years of work. And
right.
developing a competency standard, it was like a few months work. It took like 2 years because you have to go to the whole ASEAN process. You have to organize meeting, workshops, and things, and be sure that everybody's agree and things like that. Curriculum was a little bit faster, but to develop the content, that will take time. Altogether,
Takes
there
time.
is
Yeah,
50 competency. So then you have to develop the curriculum for each competency. So it's a matter of time. And the same in Cambodia. Developing the national competency standard will be quite fast because we are using the ASEAN one, so that's very easy. Developing the curriculum can be quite fast for the hotel and even for everybody because the ASEAN curriculum already exists. Develop what they call the toolbox for hotel, restaurant. That should be okay because they already have the ASEAN one. For the spa, that will take at least 1 or 2 years to be developed.
yeah,
So for the ASEAN one, as soon as the ASEAN uh, then office will say, okay, you can do it. Here are the money to do it. It will take, I think it will take up to 2 years to develop that.
Mm. No, just for the benefit of those who are watching who are maybe outside of the ASEAN region, right? The ASEAN member states, for any of these standards, when they get together and assign these standards, there is one country that is assigned a specific standard or subject or topic or whatever it is, and will take the lead on behalf of the other member states to actually get to do the groundwork, right? And then it's shared across the other member states for their input. and that backwards and forwards can take some time.
That
I know because I was involved with working with the Thailand government when the ASEAN Spa Services Standard was first being
Mhm.
drafted. From when we first started work on that to when it was actually ratified and official became official was almost 4 years. So,
Yeah,
it can take time. All right. So, it the ASEAN is it's the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It's there's millions of people represented by this body in the 10 countries who are currently member states. So, or 10 is it still, or we've gone up to 11
11.
yet?
I think it's
But
11.
regardless, you're dealing with government anyway. But in this case, you're not only dealing with one government, you're dealing with multiple
11.
governments. So, all right, and that can slow things
That's
down
okay.
as well. Just one
Mm.
thing, when you said you was dealing with government, are you primarily dealing with the tourism ministry, or like many other associations in other countries, they've got to deal with the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Public Health?
It's depend of the level you work, and tourism. It's spa. It's under tourism, and so when you open a spa, you get your license from the Ministry of Tourism. So
Okay.
if we have to deal about regulation, legislation, it's with the Ministry of Tourism. Ministry of Commerce also if you want to open a business, but that's
Yeah.
normal. But all the regulation license, it's under the Ministry of Tourism.
So that that
For
that that sounds like that maybe that's something that Cambodia maybe learnt from their neighboring countries where, you've got to
yes,
deal with
but
multiple
exactly.
government
In,
departments. So,
but in term of training and school, especially vocational training school for the tourism, it's belong to the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training.
right.
And knowing that Ministry of Tourism have a training department. So they work together. So the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training uh, give the lead to the Ministry of Tourism to develop the national standard. But the national standard will have to be approved by um, a national body, which is, I don't remember the name exactly, it's like the one national body will certify all the training standard here in Cambodia. It's not under
Right.
the Ministry of Education because it's vocational training, so it's under the Ministry of Labor. And if you go to higher education, like more like PhD, master, and things like that, that can fall under the Ministry of Education. So Ministry of Tourism will develop its own training and facilities. So we have to work with both training and Ministry of Labor. Not yet Ministry of Health is not yet involved on it. I'm pretty sure that in the future, the Ministry of Health should be involved on it, especially for the spa industry,
Mm.
but not yet. So
No.
we are
Okay.
we are not pushing for that at the moment,
Okay. All
but
right,
it will come one
Jean-Claude.
day, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We're running a little bit longer than I'd sort of planned on here.
Okay.
So just one more question just before we wrap up, because
Okay.
like Malaysia has their Uratan Malaysia, Philippines have Healot massage, Thailand has Royal Thai massage.
Mm.
If I'm coming to Cambodia, what is the spa and wellness experience in terms of treatments that I should attempt or
Uh,
experience?
Here in Cambodia, we don't really have a traditional Khmer massage. And you have a lot of places like a Khmer massage, but Khmer massage is more like a soft copy of the Thai massage, and literally, it's not really a proper massage with a proper protocol, like the Ayurvedic Chinese massage, Malaysian massage, and things like that. So most of the spa now, what they offer, what the experience will be more like oil massage, like we call it aromatherapy massage. That's really the most common thing that the customer will go for her massage, or the what we call the herbal massage, the hot herbal massage that you have the same in Thailand, you have the same in Vietnam, and so that's mainly that. So we haven't really be able to define exactly a proper kind of Khmer massage, Khmer spa and wellness treatment in Cambodia. That's something the association would like to work on it, but it's going to be another step and going to take much, much longer
Okay.
that we want.
Okay. Thank you, Jean-Claude. I mean, that was a short, brief introduction to
You're
Cambodia
welcome.
and the Cambodia Spa and Wellness Association. So, on behalf of the Asia Pacific Spa and Wellness Coalition, we wish you much growth and success as an organization. And if there's anything further we can do to help promote, to help with the networking, we're more than happy to do so. So, thank you very much, Jean-Claude. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.